Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Stand Together. How are you all? Hope you're great. Jump on, say good morning to me. If you're watching the replay, give me hashtag replay and let me know your comments on whatever your platform you're watching on. If you're watching live, jump in and say hi. Who's watching live? Hey, Laura. Welcome, welcome. Who else is joining us? Mandy, Richard, Nell, Jolita. You got to say good morning for me overseas. There's so many that join, right? Richard, Mariana, who's hanging out today. Kaz is hanging out. Good to see you all. Oh my gosh, so many of you guys. Lisa, Ty, Jen, Matt. Good morning, buddy. Good to see you guys crushing it. Pina, Mia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are well. Good morning. Hey, Jen. Good to see you. Hey, Anne. Good to see you. Hey, good morning. Jump on. Say hi. Welcome to another Stand Together. Give me a hey. Hey, Amanda. Welcome to you too, huh? Number one. Brendan. Maybe I said that wrong. Totally said that wrong. I missed it. Kate. Good to see you. Hey. Good to see you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. In the car. I got to go pick something up. Actually, this time I picked it up. Now I'm just about to go back in. Hey, good morning, VJ. Good to see you. Hey, welcome. Good morning. Hey, Colin. Good to see you. Good morning. Jump on. Say good morning. Welcome to another Stand Together. Welcome to another day hanging out. Another day in this Stand Together. We're just over 3 weeks now hanging out together every single day, consistently every single day, right? That's what this has been about. It's been about doing something. It's been about standing together. It's about standing out, doing the things that we need to do, not sitting down and saying, well, let me wait till this is over. Let me wait till the restrictions are passed, or I'm out of lockdown, or if I'm in lockdown, let's wait till the new year, or whatever it may be, right? This is about saying, what am I going to do now? Like, let's go. Let's go now. Let's do something. So welcome to this one. You're going to love it. When we talk about business in a minute. Good morning, everybody. Jump on. Hey, Chris. Hey, Shelley. Oh, my gosh. So many guys jumping on. Welcome to another Stand Together Saturday morning. And hopefully you guys got some sunshine wherever you are right now. So listen, what I wanted to share today is I wanted to share with you a couple of things around staying in your own lane, right? Staying in your own lane. When I meet a lot of business owners, what they have a tendency to do is they have a tendency to try and get brilliant at everything. You know what I mean? They try and get brilliant at everything. They kind of go, okay, maybe they're more of a talent-based entrepreneur and they're gone out there and they've started their business because they love to paint. And they're like, fuck, I love to paint. Now I want to go have a business. And they start to try and sell their paintings. And they go, oh my gosh, I can't sell. Or they start to market. They go, oh my gosh, I can't market. Or they start to have to learn Facebook, and then they've got to hire a team, and they fucking hate people, and then they want to do this. And they're just all of these things that's not in their lane, right? So I wanted to talk to you about this. As a business owner, whether you're starting a business, whether you have a large business now, every one of you, right? Every one of you, all of us, we all have our own genius, right? We've all got our own thing or things that we just are really good at, that we naturally love and we're really good at, right? So what I want to tell you is this. It doesn't mean you've got to ignore everything else in business, because in fact, when I did that, it made me almost bankrupt a couple of times. But what it does mean is this. You're all really good at something, right? You might say, all right, I'm not really good at something. I guarantee you're all really good at something, right? There's something that you're really good at. Maybe you're really good at service. Maybe you're really good at sales. Maybe you're really good at working out the finances. Maybe you're really good at coming up with the ideas and brainstorming. Maybe you're really good at the partnership side. You know, there's always something that you're good at, right? That's your genius. What you need to do is you need to go deep in your genius, right? You need to go deep in your genius and stay in your lane. Go deep in your genius and stay in your lane. And you've got to have an understanding of everything else in your business. Now, you might say to me, well, oh, okay, Aaron, what happens if I'm a solopreneur or I've only got 2 or 3 people around me, right? So here's what I would say to you. If you are in the early stages of business, you need to find people that you can bring around you, whether you hire somebody, whether you do a contra deal with somebody, right? Go and say, hey, give me a couple of hours work on this. You're really good at marketing. I'll mow your lawn. I'll iron your clothes. Or my genius is I'm really good at graphic design. So I'll design you something, or I'll create something for your family or for your business or whatever. So you could do that. Or partners, right? Find a partner that is really good at the stuff you're not. So maybe you can find a business partner that's really good at sales, that's really good at going out there and finding ways to sell your products while you go out there and stay in your lane and go deeper in your lane of genius, which is maybe the creativity of it, right? What is your genius? Everyone has their genius of what they're great at, right? All of us can be good at lots of things. Like I'm good at lots of things. I've been in business for a long time now, so I'm pretty good at lots of things, but I'm really fucking good at certain things, right? And those things are the ones that I spend my time at. I'm very good at creating and coming up with concepts and ideas. I'm very good at deal making. I'm very good at partnerships. I'm very good at that stuff. Now, in my time, I've worked as a general manager. I have worked as an operations manager for other people. I have worked in sales. I have worked in customer service. I worked for Double AMI Insurance at one point. Hello, welcome to Amy. That was fun. What else have I done? I've done everything. So I can do stuff, right? I can do lots of stuff, but what I like, what I love, and what my genius is my lane that I need to stay in and I need to go deeper in. So what it means is that if you're a small business and you're going to bitch and complain and say, I don't have enough money to hire that right person, well, stop bitching and complaining. Go and find a partner. Go and do a contra deal. Go to somebody that's really good and say, hey, I need your help on this. I don't expect you to do it for free. In fact, don't get them to do it for free, because what you'll learn is when you ask a friend to do something for free, you go on bottom of the pile when they get around to it, because they're doing the thing that makes the money, right? So create a contract of a contra, or pay them to do what they do, or find people that can partner with you. I meet a lot of people that they're hanging on to this little business that they've got, and maybe it turns over some money, maybe it's an idea, or maybe you've got a business that turns over $1 million and you're kind of holding on to it, but you go, hang on, I need to bring somebody in that's going to be able to help me scale and go big picture. So you might go, I'm going to find somebody else. So what we're saying is this: work out your genius and go deep, right? Work out your genius and go deep, and have an understanding of everything else. Like if you don't know how to sell, you need to learn how to sell. If you don't know how to market, you got to learn how to market. Have an understanding of it, right? Don't say, well, I don't have to have that understanding. I guarantee you that everybody that you look up to in the business world has an understanding of everything in their business, right? But you need to outsource everything that's not your genius. Now, when I say outsource, pick your poison. You could hire somebody. Makes sense. You can afford that, do that. You could do a contra deal with somebody. You could find a partner, a business that you can work with. Maybe you're crap at selling, so you find a business to go out there and sell on your behalf what you do. Great. Maybe you could find an actual business partner to come in and work with you. Give them a slice of your company, right? Wouldn't it be better to give somebody a slice of your company that's a genius of what they do in their own right, that you can say, hey, can you do this? Can you take care of this? This is something I don't want to do. I'm not a genius in. You take care of it. But you've got to understand it. You have to have an understanding of it. You've got to make sure you get what they're talking about and understand it more. Because if you don't understand it, and you can be in a situation where you don't know what's happening, right? I remember, and I remember this because I was hanging out with Janine Ellis recently, a friend and a partner for a long time. And one of the things she said to me a few years ago, which stuck with me, and I do it myself in my own way, but she said to me, she was talking about contracts and legal, right? And if you read any legal contract, it's just fucking jargon, right? It's just big words. You gotta have a thesaurus for the whole fucking thing and a dictionary for the whole thing, right? So she said she sat with her lawyer and went line by line by line on her contracts to understand every single thing that was in that contract. Every word, right? Every word, right? And she's not a lawyer, but she needed to understand what all the legal terms were that she was signing into for her businesses as she was growing it. So that's an understanding of learning about the things you don't need. Like, I understand legal. I'm not a lawyer, but I understand law. I understand accounting. I'm not an accountant. I understand, customer service, but I don't run the customer service. So you've got to know, you've got to understand. Don't think of this as like a get out of jail free card. You don't have to understand the other things in your business. But I see so many people, listen to me, you're wasting so much time and energy trying to become experts at Facebook marketing when it's not your fucking genius and you don't want to do it. Or trying to become people that you're not. You're trying to go, I'm going to come up with all these 50 different ideas, but I'm just not an ideas person. Go and outsource that. So how can you outsource things? Get a mentor or a coach that can help you to be able to come up with ideas or whatever it may be. Outsource by hiring somebody in your business to take care of things, or finding a partner, doing a contra deal. But you've got to outsource the things that are not your genius, right? You've got to. You have to, right? You've got to think about it. Don't you've got to understand it. Please get me right when I say this. You have to understand it. You can't outsource it, the whole thing, and be like, I don't understand it, whatever. But you've got to understand it, but you've got to stick with your genius. Listen, the more you stick with your genius and go deeper at that, the happier you're going to be, right? The happier you're going to be because you're doing what you absolutely love in the whole thing, right? The happier you're going to be. But on top of being happier, you're going to actually spend your time doing the things that you're actually good at. That's the difference. You spend time doing the things that you're good at and that you're happier at, you're going to love your business life more and you're going to really enjoy what you get to do. You've got to think about that though from the start. So outsource the things that's not your genius to spend more time on the things that you know you're great at, that you want to be able to spend time doing, the things that really are, where you fly, where you thrive. Spend your time doing those things and outsource the things that are not your genius, because if you don't do that, you're trying to learn and go deep on everything in your business. You can't go deep on everything. No one knows absolutely everything in every part of their business. I don't care who they are. They don't know everything, right? They don't understand absolutely everything in what they do. They know what they're good at. And you look at all the best entrepreneurs in the world, they know what they're good at. They've worked themselves out. They've gone, okay, right, this is the kind of entrepreneur that I am. This is what I am. This is how I am. This is how I act. This is what I do. Okay, I'm working myself out. This makes sense. You got to do the same thing for yourself. Does that make sense? You've got to do the same thing for yourself. So, what's your genius? Let me know in the comments. Go ahead. What is your genius? I'd like to know what your genius is. What is your genius? What are the things that you really think that you're good at and you really love? That's the thing. You gotta love it too. You gotta really enjoy that part of that business. I don't care if you're really good at numbers because you're an accountant, but you fucking hate it. You quit and you went to become a Pilates instructor and you don't want to do it in a bit. Fine. If you don't want to do it, right? But you can outsource that, right? What is your genius, right? What is your genius? What are you good at? What do you want to do? Because can I tell you something? If you don't nail this, you'll end up really fucking hating business. You'll end up hating, you'll end up just not loving where you're at because you've got to do shit you don't want to have to do. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't have to deal with that. And don't sit there and say, well, Aaron, I don't have any money, right? I started without any money, right? I get it. I understand. And I've gone like this too. I've done that too, right? I get it. What is it? Go. Everyone in the comments now. Go. You, right now. What is it? What is your genius? I want to know. What is your genius? What's the thing that you're really good at? Like, you can get better at it, obviously, but you're really good at it. You're like, I'm good at that thing. That's my thing I love. What is the thing that you is your genius at? Then you got to think about this. Stay in your lane. Outsource the rest. Stay in your lane. Outsource the rest, right? Rely on other people to do it. Stay in your lane and outsource the rest. You'll be in business longer. You'll be more successful. And you'll grow a lot faster. Does that make sense? Stay in your lane and outsource the rest. Get other people on board. Don't be afraid to give parts of your company away. Give a percentage away. Make sure they're the right business partner. I agree. We've all been there before. With people that think that they're the right business partner, and it turns out that they're not. We've all been there before, right? But I learned from those mistakes years ago, right? I learned from those mistakes. But you've got to outsource the things that that's not your genius, that you're not good at. Outsource those things. Stay in your lane. Stay in your genius, whatever that is, and go deep in that and outsource the rest of the things. So what is it? What do you guys got? Let me know. Hey, I'd love to see. Hey, what have we got? We've got coming up with ideas, creating, connecting with people. Yeah, okay, great. Love that marketing strategy. Yep, serving others, contributing, making a difference. Yep, general change. Yep, Ty, get a little bit more specific on that. Teaching, yeah, being the talent, right? From Mariana, being the talent. Yeah, sales, great. Love that. You're great at the sales. So who else is going to do the marketing? Who else is going to do the operations, the customer service, coming up with the ideas, doing the back end of the business, right? Who's going to be delivering customer service for you, Laura? Great. You're a customer service. So who else? Could be a partner, could be somebody else, right? Project managing. That's what I'm great at. Then you should be involved in the tiny details. You're going to manage the projects, operations of it. Who else is going to come and do the rest, right? What is it? What are the things that you are great at, right? Let me know. What are the things that you are great at, right? What else down the bottom, right? Yeah, the service side, right? Making them feel and look amazing. That's the thing you're great at. Okay, then the rest we have to go deeper on. We have to give it. If you've got team members, give them more responsibilities. Yeah, give them more. Say, hey, I want you to do this now because I fucking hate stock ordering. It's your job now. Here's $3,000 a year more. In the grand scheme of things, if they're on 60 grand a year, it's not going to cost you a hell of a lot of money to give them $3,000 a year more to look after stock ordering because I fucking hate it. No one likes stock ordering. What else? What are you good at? Right, sales, yep. Looking after clients, yep. Love that. What are you good at? Strategic planning, building, love that. Yeah, being a talent. Yeah. So if you're good at if you do a thing like, you for hair and makeup, if you do a thing that you're good at, that's your genius. That's the reason you got into business. It's the reason why most people get into business because they're good at something and then they start that thing. Where they slow down, where they fuck up, where they lose their passion is they're doing shit that they don't want to do, and they are constantly thinking, oh, I don't know marketing, so I'm going to have to spend 4 years trying to work out the Facebook algorithm. Fuck that. You don't want to do that. That's not fun, right? Or someone said to them, you have to totally understand everything about your account, so you should do your books. Why are you? If you don't like doing books, you shouldn't do your books. You should understand how to read your books. You should understand how to inspect what you inspect, but you should get somebody else that has lots of letters at the end of their name that knows how to look after your books to go ahead and do that, right? You've got to think about it like this. You've got to stay in your lane, whatever your genius is. That's what today's about. Whatever your genius is, stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your lane. Whether it's creating, whether it's designing, whether it's team management, whether it's partnerships and deal making, whatever it may be. Mine, deal making, partnerships and growth, like empire, focus, that's what I'm fucking great at. That's what I do. Everything else, I am outsourcing. Everything else I'm outsourcing. Now remember, don't bitch and complain if you don't have any money and say, oh, Aaron, I can't outsource because I don't have any money. You can outsource through contra deals. You can outsource through friends and family. You can outsource through partnerships. You can say, hey, listen, have a slice of my company. Too many people I meet are so precious about giving away a percentage of their company, right? Let me tell you some facts. If you ever want to IPO your company, let me tell you some facts. Do you know the average percent that a founder owns of their company by the time they IPO it? Have a guess. The average percent somebody owns of their company by the time they take it to an initial public offering. They go and they list it, right? And then to do before that, you do rounds of, generally do private. Generally, you'll do private rounds of raising. So you'll do like round A, B, C, all those kind of things. Have a guess, right? Have a guess. Have a guess. Go on in the comments. Have a guess. No, it's not 40, right? It's not 50. No, it is 12.5%. 12.5%. That is the average people own of their business when they go to IPO. Don't go, oh, hang on a second. Well, Mark Zuckerberg owns this. And you know what? By the time we IPO with with Elon, another business partner, he owns about 58%, I think, last time I looked at the registry. By the time we IPO, guarantee you, Elon will still own over 50%. Of SpaceX, right? Guarantee Elon owns over 50% of SpaceX. But you're not fucking Elon Musk, right? So if you're not, right, and you can't just say, if he wants money every time he raises, we did a last raise, we did a $1.7 billion raise a couple months back, and it was sold out in 2 weeks. because people are saying, shut up and take my money. Investors like me that own private equity shares in that, when they do a raise and they say, hey, we're doing a raise, who wants to chip in money? We're like, yes, please. Yes, please. Don't have to go for outside money because we're in. And you dilute it differently when you are doing private raises, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is this: stop being so precious about your business. I don't give a shit whether you own a $100 million business, or whether you own a $100,000 business, or you're thinking you're pretty good and you're cracking it and you're doing it and you're making $100,000 a month or $200,000 a month or $50,000 a month. Listen, there are things that you're not great at, and you need to pull yourself out and focus on the things you're great at, and go and bring others in. Hire them, pay them as a hire, or do a partnership, or do a contract deal, or bring a business partner in that you know will work, that will do things that you want. That's how you start to scale. Stay in your fucking lane, right? Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Go deeper in your lane. You'll enjoy it, and you'll be in business a hell of a lot longer because you're doing the things that you love and not the things you fucking hate. No one loves business when they're trying to be a jack of all trades, right? Jack of all trades, master of none. You heard that before. Now, I understand almost everything in business, right? I'll probably say I understand every element of business, right? Every little element of business. There's certain nuances I might not get. Like I might not understand certain things to do with accounting, or certain things to do with how an algorithm works, right? But I know enough. I know enough to be able to understand, but I go deep on the things that I'm good at. I am brilliant in business at partnerships, at deal making, at growth strategies, right? And that's the reason why my VC firm has grown by between 20 and 35% every year for the last decade. I mean, if I was a listed firm, I'll be on the front page of the Fin Review every fucking year because I outdo all of them because of the growth. That's because that's my fucking genius. Now, the years where it doesn't grow as much are the years that I fall into what? Firefighting, having to deal with this, trying to do a bit of that, as opposed to staying in my lane. Stay in your fucking lane. Go deeper on it. Outsource the rest, right? Make sense? Good. Happy Saturday. Hey, questions. You got any questions? What do you got? Let's do this. A couple of questions you have. Then I have to hit the road and go on and feed my children, right? Go and feed them. I can see them. They're going to start hunting me down. All right, any questions you guys got? Hope you got something out of that. Let me know if you got something out of that as well in the comments. Any questions you guys have, let me know what you took from today. Boom, boom, boom. What you got? Any questions? If no questions, that's cool. Just let me know what you got out today. Hey, listen, make sure you guys sharing this. Make sure you are sharing it and you're saying, hey, you guys need to watch this. If you take something from this, remember, pass it on. If you get something, give something. Pass it on. Couple of questions. What do we got? What do we got? Thank yous. You're welcome. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. I hope it's helping you guys. You're welcome, Matt. You're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Hand it over. You do it. As long as you understand how to manage your business, right? You get that, then you're not really going to have any challenges because you're watching everything. You're watching everything. You can see if there's a challenge. You can see that, and you get better as you go. Oh my gosh, I've done some shit deals years ago. I've been in crappy partnerships. I've had bad. Here's a saying like people worried about hiring bad people. I'm not worried about hiring the wrong people, right? I always say to people, I'm not worried about hiring the wrong people, right? I'm worried about keeping the wrong people. There's a big difference. Right? Hire people. Do your best to get the right people. Listen to your gut. Do your best you can. Hire them. But you know what? If they don't work out, just be quick at saying, hey, it's not working out. We're going to have a conversation because it's not working out. Right? And then move on. Find somebody else. Stop attaching yourself to the ego of that. Don't be afraid to hire the wrong people. Be afraid to keep them. There's a big, big, big difference. That makes sense. Right? Hiring legalities, there's the tons. You got to understand the Fair Work Australia. If you're watching from Australia, every country has their own governing body. So the Fair Work, make sure you're doing things around that. You've got to see if you're in an industry that has a certain award rate or other certain conditions. You've got to have an employment contract. I'd also recommend you to get a confidentiality agreement, an NDA across your businesses for sure. And then as you scale, getting an HR person or outsourcing HR to somebody else, or getting a lawyer to do your contracts for you. Don't just bang them up and go, oh, okay, here we go, let's get them together. Because contracts are only worth it when you have to go to court. Yeah? And if you've got a shit one, then it's going to be as good as the paper it's written on, right? Makes sense? New business together. It depends on the sort of business that it is. For you, Lou, if it's the exact same business, if it's completely different to what you're doing, or if it's a little bit different, sometimes it's better to have a separate legal entity that you both have ownership in, because it could be good for them, it could be good for you, but I mean, it just depends on what they're going to be, where they're going to be at. I'll go deeper on this with you at Wealth Immersion coming up, or a new mentoring call. But it depends on what business, who, and what the outcome is at the end of it. But it can be worth having something separate. It can be worth having something separate, but it depends on them too and what they have coming into it too. So you got to work that out too. Stay in your own lane. Lane doesn't mean that I should end up buying businesses where doesn't mean that I shouldn't look at buying business where the numbers add up. Of course you can. If you want to buy and grow a business, then go do that. But the difference is when you go and you buy a business, you know that you come to me and I help you to be able to do that and tell you what I think on the deal. So you're doing the right thing. But then once you have that business, then the question is, what's next? What do you do? I love buying businesses. I love investing. I love deals, partnerships, all the things I talked about. That's what I love to do. It's the things I love to deal with. I don't like to get involved in the how sometimes. Sometimes I say to my team, hey, I need you to do this. And they come back and say, oh, we just have to work out. I'm like, I don't care. That's your job. Do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing. You do your thing. You work it out. You work it out. You work it out. You can work it out. Because if I don't do my job and more of my job, I can't pay salaries. I can't grow my businesses. I can't make sure that their rent is paid, their mortgage is paid, their life is growing, right? I can't make sure that the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, right, every year that I spend in wages across the companies that I fully own, let alone the ones I invest into, I can't pay those if I'm not staying in my fucking lane. That's the difference. And by the way, I let my team know that. They know that. They understand. The more Aaron does his thing, the more that he does his thing, in whatever the level they are in their businesses, the more he does his thing, the more it helps us. Let's just help him do his thing. Let's keep him in his thing. And we're going to do the stuff that he throws to us, because that's how it works, right? Makes sense? All right, legends, look after yourself. I got to run. Much love. Hey, see you tomorrow morning. And let's have a chat tomorrow morning. Got some fun stuff for you tomorrow morning for another Stands Together. All right, legends, look after yourself. Have the most amazing day. And once I shut this down, go and share it. Go do the things. Make sure you do. Because if you get something and you don't pass it on, that's selfish. You got to pass this stuff on. Much love, guys. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow morning. Bye.